hello to everyone. Hello, Benny, Candy, Trigger Trash, the fastest trigger in the West. Sandy Doherty, Densley, Holly Gibbs, Chevy, Streetwise, Redfish, Bluefish, Jesse, and JH, nice stream. Gina French, Dragon Lair, Holly, how you going? And so hopefully we haven't lost everyone during all of that, but it is what it is. I think we got a super fun stream going on. Also, hello to CT. Looks like everybody's trying to help me with my audio streetwise. Mickham, James Handy. Sorry if I missed everyone. And Mark Stelson. NBN strikes again. That's right. Classic Australia. So, hey Shep as well. How you going? So yes, I think we got a fun one. We are playing the unrigged fish ranking game again. So I'm excited about that. And this week we got community fish. So we got last fortnight was cichlids, which is a massive topic, and there was some. Obviously, we can't cover them all. I think we covered about 25. So this week we've got community fish, same sort of thing. There's bound to be fish that we're going to miss, and that's fine because I think we might revisit both of these with some more. So what I'm going to do now on the fortnight, every 2 weeks when I do this stream, I'm going to just put out a community post taking suggestions. So if you do have a favorite community fish, cichlid, or whatever it is we choose to rank in a future stream, well, you will have the opportunity to input that fish the 24 hours before. So yes, if you check out the community tab before the stream, and if you're organized enough, if you have the fish you really, really want to... thanks, Redfish, Bluefish. That's awesome. Yeah, so if you have a particular one you want on the list, then that's the way to do it. Also, since I did get all muddled up by this audio, I did want to just say before the stream started that, I just wanted to recognize the Alexandra family. We lost a massive supporter in the fish fam this week, unfortunately, with Nathan, Sand Creek Aquatics. So, yeah, even all this distance away, it's certainly felt in Australia as well. So he was a massive community member. So he is. I didn't think about. There is a drive at the moment to try and get him to 1,000 subscribers because he would have absolutely loved that. So if you're not already subscribed to Sand Creek Aquatics, that would be really great if you could help him reach his goal that unfortunately he never got to see. But I think it would be a really great act if we could get him there. So I don't want to dwell on it too much. But yeah, I couldn't do a stream without recognizing Nathan. So it came as a bit of a shock, but he had a long battle. So yes, unfortunately. But moving on from that, which is what I'm sure he would have wanted as well, is we do have the good old-fashioned ranking game. So we got a good combination here of community fish to get straight to. So yeah, it should be a fun one. So if you weren't here for a previous stream when we played this game, basically what we do is I'll bring up an image of a fish. What we want in the chat is an A to F, or if they're faultless, they're the best fish in the entire world, then they get luckily up to the S tier. So these are basically the schoolyard grading system here. So that's pretty much how it works. And basically I'll just bring up a picture like this first one, Guppy, and then what we want to see is in the chat what you believe it should be on this tier, and then it can be the most popular as guided by you. So we're going to solve the problem today of what's the best community fish in the entire world, and that's pretty much how the game works. Last time it was really fun, so hopefully this time we can have as much fun got a couple of Fs early, but yeah, should hopefully be a good one. So got a bunch of cool and unique stuff here that we can go through, and yeah, that's pretty much how it's gonna go. So I guess without any further ado, we can just get straight into it. We do have a few Fs early. Yeah, we might as well. And then, of course, we'll have a bit of a chat and stuff like that while we're going. But I thought this is a good activity to play for these fortnightly streams. Yeah, Chevy, that's all right. I don't know what he's doing. I'm not going to be mean. C, B. Yeah, see, the guppies are funny one. So depending on where you are and what you get, they can be quite finicky, quite weak. Some of them, I think because they're bred in such high quantity, some of them require a bit of salt, but I think they should all have a bit of hardness in the water regardless. They are prolific breeders, so if you want to make more fish, then these are certainly an option. Live bearer, obviously, they will eat everything, so there's no problem sort of feeding them and all of that. So not a bad option. So they're obviously not going to attack anything. Yes, we should probably talk about, first of all, actually what we're considering with the community fish. I guess we got to consider compatibility with plants, which certainly these are compatible with plants. Peacefulness, they're not going to attack anything. What else should we consider with JH? General, like does their water parameters suit a wide variety of fish? Maybe, maybe not. You need a little bit extra hardness and stuff like that. So I guess those are the things we're going to consider today. So what do we got? D, S, C, B, C, C, B, 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 A, A. What does that average out at? Maybe a B? What about if we sit it there for now and we'll have a bit of a consideration of it? Thinking of fin nipping. Yeah, I was another B. I was quietly tempted to just put convict cichlids on here just so we had a clear F. But I do think we do have a clear F anyway. So another fun part of this game is I like to put clear S's and clear F's. Sometimes they don't work out as planned, but luckily we came through the goods with an S on the very last fish last time. Solid B. All right, so we might just sit them there and we'll roll with that. The next one on the list is not a fish, so I guess it's a bit of a loophole, but what do we think about cherry shrimp? This is obviously a nice color one. Certainly plant compatible and fish compatible, so long as the fish isn't going to eat them. They can be fairly low on the food chain, so quite easily predated. But they'll certainly be prolific. They'll clean up all the little detritus and stuff like that. We got an early S. D, B, D, A, E. Hello, Anthony, fishy friends. S, B. Wow, that's quite an interesting. That's very interesting, actually. There's quite a bit of variance here. Maybe they're also in the B category then. S or A. We got sort of like E's and D's and then S's and A's. I am interested if those of you who put D or E, why is that? Because I don't mean to defend them or anything like that, obviously. This is an unbiased ranking. I don't have any control over this, but there's not a lot wrong with them. Maybe people have a thing about little critters crawling around. Do they remind you of spiders or something? Just to detect shrimp keepers. B it is. Yeah, probably. There are more S and A's. Okay. All right. So we're holding off. Okay. That makes sense. F. Shrimp are not allowed in New Zealand. Oh, yeah. That'd do it. They're also not allowed in Australia, in Western Australia. Like they are where I get them. Even if community fish eat them, I mean, they could be quite a sustainable source of live foods too. They're not that nutritious, I guess, but if you go away on holiday, something like that, it's good to know that there's some spare food around in the tank. They would be A for prawny, that's for sure. Oh no, I moved my whole thing. Species tank S, community tank D. Okay. I guess you are limited to fairly small mouthed things if you do put them in a community tank. So I can take that on board. Let me know if there's any clear objections to shrimp being in the B. For example, if you had a shrimp in a tank with these characters here, they wouldn't last too long. The Bozemanite rainbow fish, quite a chunkier sort of number. Once again, very peaceful though. Hey, King and Queen, thanks for the $10 super chat. Really appreciate that. Wonderful job on your streams. Wonderful job on the in-between weeks, and thanks again for giving up the time slot for me. So it is great to interact with a whole new bunch of people. So yeah, certainly appreciative of that, and yeah, it's been a good experience chatting with you so far. So appreciate that. All right, got a couple of A's, 3 A's, DB, and an A. Awesome. So we might be headed up here. They must be an A. E, B, oh, the E's and the B's are going to bring it down a bit. C, oh no, we're heading back into B territory here. Saratoga just jumped out of the water. Oh no, I think we're heading back to the B. Oh, we got another A, we got a C. Oh no. We're going to end up with a lot of B's, I think. C, slow growers. That's good. It would be good if you do have a very strong ranking. It's not required by any means because we're just having fun here. But it would be good just to have a bit of context around that. You know, I don't mind if it's like F, because I had one and it ate my crystal shrimp or something like that. You know, I think it would be good to know. C's. We got a few more C's. We might even be down here now on average. B, C, C. Melanotania. Species of bullies. Interesting. I've never found that to be the case personally. Do we need some context? Here you go. We can have a bit of a... Oh, no, it's gone. I was going to bring up my rainbow tank, but there are like 8 A's. A, Fishy Fun 57. There are a lot of A's, but there are also a lot of C's, which I guess is going to average it there. We can change it later. If we get further down the list and we have too many B's, we might need to revisit some of them. It's a fluid list. It's okay. We'll keep moving. I do have like 30 on this list, so we need to be mindful of that, especially since I wasted 10 minutes trying to get good sound. But at least it did get fixed, so... Yeah, I've not found them to be bullies. I've put them in with, you know, like even angelfish fry and stuff like that. And even in amongst themselves with the other males, they're just sort of, all their sparring is sort of spinning around in a circle looking colorful. It's not always rigged, Dragon Lair. What about the Dwarf Gourami? Labyrinth fish, super colorful. Yeah, so this includes all dwarf gouramis, which I guess is a bit of a broad brush. Honey gourami is probably the best option. Then you've got sort of but we're going to talk about dwarf only, so not the gold gourami, not the blue gourami, not the opaline gourami, etc., etc. These are just like the powder blue gourami, flame gourami, honey gourami, something like that. See, oh, a lot of D's, nice. I like this. We're getting it out of the B territory, which is good because we'd quickly run out of room. I think, 8 or so fish in, we'd be at the end of the list, which is a bit of a drama. I have to make them all smaller. D's, C's, D's, C's. Oh. What about just down in the D? Looks like we did have a lot of C's. Colorful, but nasty. Oh, thanks, King and Queen. I try to. I don't want to get stuck just with silence. Yeah, that's all good, Dragon there. I enjoy it. F-E-D-D. All right, I think we've got a clear D, which is awesome. We got the first non-B. Now we're talking. Now we've got everyone's favorite Batman villain, Harley Quinn, the Harlequin Rasbora. I don't know if that's everyone's favorite, Batman villains. Probably the Joker, to be honest, but we all know about the Joker. What do we think about Harley Quinn, Harlequin Raspberries? I'm going to continue to say Harley Quinn now, just for the fun. S. Whoa, Benny, that's keen. I don't know about if they're an S. Yeah, absolutely right, Chevy. And it does go to say we're sort of a little bit tongue in cheek here. That this is just for fun. If your fish that you love ends up as an F, don't take it personally. It's just it's just the fun of the getting the group together to decide. There's always going to be people that think Harlequins are an A, and there's always going to be some that think they're an F for whatever reason. So, we got a lot of A's here. I guess yes, they are peaceful. They're shoaling fish, so they can bring a lot of color in. If you put them on dark substrate, you can get a nice, deep, coppery sort of sheen on them. So that's really fun to watch. If you've only ever seen them at pet stores, it might be worth picking some up and testing them out because you can get some really, really nice tones to them. A lot of A's. C, okay. I think we ended up with an A there. I don't like that fish. What fish is that? Oh, Harlequins? No clue. Never had them. Yeah, they're sort of in the same sort of ballpark as any of the Tetras. Aquamate, you should have been here to cast your vote. Yeah, unfortunately, there was a bit of debate about them eating shrimp and things like that. Guess A would be more accurate. All right, what about something a little bit different? I'm a big fan, but as we know, I'm not biased in this list. Oh, Gouramis. Yeah, I've got a love-hate relationship with Gouramis. I love honey Gouramis, but I had 4 of I had 2 powder blues and 2 flame Gouramis for a very short period of time before I got bored with them. And I don't like the males, how they get that like right-angled forehead. Looks weird to me. Golden one Achille Fish, panchaks, big old mouth on them, so they might munch on some things. Also, they're a prolific jumper, so you want like basically a sealed lid on these tanks. Otherwise, you'll end up with some golden wonder jerky on your floor. But easy to breed, swanning mop breeder, nice color, the emerald green eye, bright yellow body, and red in the fins as well. E, D, a lot of C's, A, C, D, maybe C. Maybe C for the panchaks. Great for fry control. Yeah, I get that. Oh, I just got to sneeze. A lot of C's. All right. I'm happy with that. I think that's probably in the ballpark. They're not for everyone. They do limit you somewhat, but they're a good top dweller option. You need to have a bit of variety. If you're going to have a community tank, you need to have fish at all layers. You're going to have bottom, top, and mid dwellers. So C, I think, is probably fair. Yeah, okay, no worries, Alice. If we start over, we'll only cover about... Oh, no, we're already 25 minutes in. We need to move a bit faster than this. All right. We have a bit of a drink of coffee. We've got crabenzas here. What do we think? Can get aggressive when they get breeding. Beautiful color, though. West African cichlid. Sorry about that. I had no other option. So, yeah, beautiful colors. Females, nice pink belly. Options of here are plenty. You can get some, Nigerian reds. You can get sub-ocellatus, bunch of different kinds. C, D. So we're down here somewhere. We're in this ballpark. F, D, E. A lot of D's. Bam. Let's just do it. Let's send it. What do we think? Another live berry here. We got the platy. Considerably a little bit hardier as far as the guppies and stuff are concerned. I think they're excellent beginner fish because they'll make more of themselves and they won't really die unless you do something pretty crazy. ASBS. Yeah. They are. They're not difficult to breed. They might munch on a Tetra or something. B. Alright. I like it. Lots of bees. Lots of bees. I like it. I like it. Next one on the list is considerably smaller. So once again, maybe a little bit of a risk of predation there. Clown killifish, aka the rocket killifish. Look like mini rockets, but are super tiny. If you've only ever seen a photo of these guys, they've probably been in shops and you've walked past them because they are so tiny and they're just at the top of the water column. You have huge platies? Nice. I only just the other day got rid of all my platies, but it was mainly because I'd had them forever, and unless I move them on, they'll just continue to breed and then I'll have them forever. So I was ready for a change. Lots of A's. S. I don't know if you're an S, Mickey. I like the enthusiasm though. C. SSS should be a C for size. Yeah, I don't think we can put them in the S, mainly because, like, in a community, they'll probably get eaten. Species only, once again, they're definitely an S. Although, definitely an S? No, definitely an S. All right, we'll leave them there. We did just chat about platies, so let's move on to the swordtails. Considerably larger than platies, slower breeders as well. So that's kind of good for population control. But yeah, have a cool swordtail, which is hence the name, which is kind of interesting. You don't see A's for killifish. Yeah, we had A's from Densely, HC, Dragon Lair, Redfish, Bluefish, Gina, Fishy Fun. Unless I'm getting mixed up because we're going a bit faster now. I don't know. Is there other opposition to killifish to clown killies at A? Just put clown killie and then whatever you think it should be. B again. Okay, we got live bearers happening in the B slot, so I don't mind it. They are very comparable to platies. No, S isn't. S here is for superior, but not for species only tank. If it is a flawless fish in a community setting, we're going to find an S tier. I don't know if it can be done though. D for swordtails from Jesse. Couple of B's. We got a fair few B's. Oh, a couple of D's late. Interesting. I would like to move them out of the B slot because once again we've got heaps, but I think it is fair to have them in the same ballpark as the platies and guppies. So, oh, got a late opposition here for the swordtails. Maybe we need to move them down a bit. Yeah, we got a lot of D's and C's coming in. All right, I'm happy with that. Next one on the list, Clown Loach. A lot of beginners pick them up because they look awesome, but soon they struggle. Scaleless fish can be prone to ick and stuff like that if you don't have stable parameters, and treating them can be a little bit difficult. They do like to play games with you though. You'll often see them on their side, sleeping or whatever, or just hanging out. My platy's female the size of a smaller convict. Wow, that's pretty awesome. Clown Loach. Oh, we got a lot of hate for the Clown Loaches here. E. Oh, so I can't tell really where we started off, but D, F, E, D, E, F. Wow, that's a lot of action here. I guess they can be good for snail control and stuff like that, but they do get huge. It just takes a billion years for that to happen. You should probably keep them in a school, and a lot of people don't keep them in an appropriately sized tank. F, Clown Loach. I'm very surprised by that. I didn't think they'd be down in the E. But I'm not against it. We might actually... Let's have a Loach party, hey? I think that one's pretty settled. This one might even be worse than Clown Loaches. This is a coolie Loach, obviously. Little eel-looking fella. A lot of people get creeped out by them. Corey from Aquarium Co-op loves unboxing these things. Once again, you can make some coolie jerky fairly easy by not having a tight lid. D because scaleless and size needed. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Now for the coolie, we've got a lot of fans of the coolie. S B A B E A B F. That I think is one of the most diverse ranks we've ever had for a fish. Have we touched every single? We've touched every single category except for D for coolie loaches. Little punks. C. I guess if we touch every single category, it has to average out somewhere down here. C. Maybe that's the right place for them. Got to be C, yeah. D. Okay, we got a couple of late Ds as well. What's the vibe like? Should coolie loach just go down here with them, or should they stay with the swordtails and panchaks? Maybe. I think C. Let's roll with that. If you can catch one in a net, feel free to throw them in the species tank. Yeah, if you can catch one in there. Yeah, you put one. Well, you probably shouldn't put one. Put a couple in a tank, and you'll never be able to catch them again, unless you pull down all of the decorations and the water, and you never see them. Yep. All right, I like the C for that. This one, corridors in general. I think this one's actually a trilineatus, but what do we think about corridors? Pretty cute little characters. They'll be swimming around the bottom like little sharks. Keep them in a school. That'll be nice. A. S. A. Let's have a discussion about the faults. What do cories do wrong? Not a lot, really. They clean up all the uneaten food and stuff like that, which is good. They don't eat a lot of algae and stuff like that, but they're a good cleanup crew in terms of uneaten food and waste. They are a schooling option. They'll be all over the bottom of the tank. Bit of action down in a otherwise vacant space usually. All sorts of colors and sizes, all the way up from down from pygmy cories up to brocus cories. There's probably bigger and smaller ones than those, although I don't think they're smaller than pygmies. They do dig. Yep, that's fair. And you need to be considerate of their barbells. Don't keep them on anything too crazy. No black diamond blasting sand for these characters. Need a group. Yep. They lay eggs on the glass, which is kind of cool. In the morning, you can just go and razor blade them off. A. All right, I like it. Yeah, okay, that's fair. All right, next one on the list, Hatchet Fish. Oh, I need to cut out one of these things. This here is a marbled Hatchet Fish, but top dweller option, as with most of the top dwelling options. They may jump out, but they kind of interesting, scooting around the top of the aquarium. What do we think about Hatchet Fish? Not very readily available down here for me. But we were at a fish store. I was actually at a fish store with Josh from Aquamate the other day, and we saw some XL Hatchet Fish. That was probably one of the first times I've ever seen them in a shop. Interesting. 2 A's, 2 F's so far. Never had them. They love white worms. Yeah, cories love all sorts of worms. Anything worm, they will just smash. A's and F's. Can we get some context around the F's perhaps, and maybe the A's? Why are they good and why are they bad? I've not really kept them, so it's hard for me to put much context around them. Never had a Hatchet Fish, no opinion. Okay, so we had a few that just haven't had them. C, I think you might be on the money, Candy. If we got a lot of A's and a lot of F's, probably land around there somewhere. Big jumper. Okay. Species are very easy to adapt to Rift Valley like water. Okay. Yeah, okay. So we just had a lot of people that haven't had them. So I guess it's purely on the looks, which I guess are not for everyone. So too sensitive. Okay. Yeah. All right. We'll drop them in the C. Somewhere in the middle. They look a bit weak. Okay. I like it. I like it. Another top dweller. We've got the Celebi's half-beak. Unique live bearer. But not generally the easy. They're not like guppies. You're not just going to wake up one day and find 10,000 of them in your tank. Look like mini gar sort of things. They can be a bit finicky on the food, I've found anyway. But you want to feed them high quality foods anyway if you want the fry to be viable. Awesome young fish aquatics. Glad you're enjoying it. I'm enjoying it too. I love this game. I love just sort of stirring the pot here. C and E. C and E. C and E. They are cool looking. If you've ever seen the flamingo version of these, they generally look like a flamingo. Bent down nose, pinks and stuff through them. I think they're super cool, but you just never find them, that's all. Aggressive in small tanks. C for me. Okay. Okay, I like that. Halfway with the C. Yep. Next, can you do odd balls? I certainly can. I'm certainly open to requests. Odd balls would be a good one. Would be a good one. I would certainly appreciate suggestions if we can do oddballs. So yeah, that'd be a great. I'll put it out in the community tab before the stream so we can get people's suggestions if we do oddballs next fortnight. Is fortnight an Australianism? Is that what you call 2 weeks in the States? I'm not sure. All right, so D's and C's. All right, I like it. I think it makes sense. They do go a little bit on the larger side. LRB has some really cool ones though. Yeah, fry eater. They do like to eat their own fry. But they also do look cool. How are we going for time? What do we got? 37. So we got 20 minutes to go. Okay. I think that was a good recovery. We sort of smashed a few out there. What about bristlenose plecos? They're not going to win any beauty pageants, but they're like that quiet worker, you know. They just sort of plug along doing their thing. You'll never have to. You can just take your glass scraper and just throw it in the bin because these guys will sort that out for you. Little hoovers moving along the bottom. Some people enjoy the look of them on the front glass doing that. Some people get freaked out by it. They do eat eggs. That's something to watch out for. A, B, lots of A's. Joe Coffee, I like the... I'm not as organized as Super on a lot there with the hashtag, with the exclamation point vote. Maybe I'll have to look into that. Q Aquatics is next, everyone. So, yeah, we'll finish up one time and head over there. I will this time. I'll have usually I have to be reminded. I'm not used to streaming in a time that anybody else wants to. So I haven't thus far come up with the hashtag for a raid, but we will today because I'm thinking about it. C, interesting. Okay. B, yeah, you want to keep some case to these guys. They can occasionally fight with each other and stuff like that. I guess that put them around this ballpark. Yeah, so we've got a lot of C's and then also a lot of A's, so we might just drop it in the B. So would all other fish in the community tank, they would... Oh, yeah, that's fair, Chewy. So would the other fish would eat the eggs too, just bristlenose are usually the smartest ones. Yeah, they can munch down... Dan's right. They can munch down the sword plants. And they are big waste producers. Okay, I like it. Oh, okay. Should we... I don't want to bias. Let's just see what happens. But I'll let you know what I was about to say about these guys. Tiger Bubs. Another potential beginner mistake. So they're kind of like a interesting shape. That sort of wider body. Tigers, obviously, they look like a tiger with those black stripes on the yellowish orange base. Orange on the fins. B for Barb. Okay. F, C, E, F. For a community tank, F. I like it. D, E. A lot of E's. Another F. I've had them before. I actually put them in with early in my fish keeping. I put them in with convicts and they held their own. I also put them in with the breeding pair of cribs and they also held their own. E. Maybe they're down in the E. Barb only tank though, yes. So not for a community tank, unless it's a community of barbs. I was waiting for somebody to attempt this loophole, like put peacocks or on there because I've got a community African tank. But no, we're doing conventional definition of community tank. No. Well, it's good to have you here now, Zen. That's okay. Hopefully you'll agree with all of this because we're not starting here again. Great lively tank. Yeah, Bob. They certainly are lively. And yeah, I reckon makes sense to have them next to the clown loach, doesn't it? Although Corey's old 400-gallon full of clown loaches and tiger barbs is copping a bit of a beating here with the E. It's all right. Oh, okay. I think we got a good one here. What about white clouds? Used to be called the poor man's neon tetra. Very hardy. Long fin varieties look awesome. Can be an unheated tank option. Peaceful, colorful. They will shoal around and stuff like that as well. So all right. So SCBASA. All right. So I think we're around the A. Okay, we got a lot of S's here. A lot of S's. A lot of A's. I like it. S or A. Yeah, I don't know if they can be S. Maybe they're just slightly not colorful enough to go into the S. Are they perfect? Interesting consideration. I guess if we need to think about them being perfect, they're pretty good. So they must be an A. I have 10. Yeah, I've got 8 as well. Unheated, and it's very cold here. It's about 0 overnight at the moment. So yeah. All right, Benny. No worries. Have a good one. Long fin white cloud S. Yeah, I'm with that. I had to get a picture of a long fin because, yeah, they're good. All right, we'll keep moving. Pseudomogul furcatus, fork-tailed blue eyes. You want a bunch of yellow pom-poms scooting around your tank. These are a good option. Super colorful. Bright blue eye. Pretty awesome. What do we think about furcatus and rainbows? Maybe a bit on the spendy side of things. They're not going to be as cheap as white clouds, for example. Aquamate loved them. He was at when we saw him at when we saw them at the shop as well. He was right into these. ASCAS. A lot of S's. Oh, this could be potential here. They're a bit on the larger side too, so they're not at risk of predation as much as like a honey blue eyes, spotted blue eyes, these sort of ones. Oh, this is interesting. No, I don't think we can put him in the S just yet. We'll need a lot more support for them being in the S category if we're going to put them up there. So far, we've got also A's and a C. Specific requirements. Okay. Yeah, fishy fun. Normal blue eyes are pretty tiny, but furcatas are a bit on the more chunky side. They're sort of like in the platy size. Not as hard to keep as others. Yeah, they're in the Melanotanae family. Not the I always get this mixed up. Melanotanae, not the Melanotanidae, which is the subfamily. Not a B. No, it's not going to be a B. It's going to be S or A. I don't think we can put them in the S yet. We'll put them in the A. I think that's where they have to be. Lefty trying to influence with the $2 super chat. SSS. That was what I was sort of not like that. But I was hoping that if I subtly said we need stronger opposition to them being an S, that everybody would spam the comments S, but it didn't happen. So I think they're A's. So sorry about that, Lefty, but I do appreciate the $2. What about What about these Ember Tetras? Beautiful orange color, smaller side again, so consider predation as a risk. But beautiful colors, pop right against an aquascape. Community options, are there a heap of them? Are things going to eat them? Give it to Lefty. Well, I thought that people would criticize me for being bribed. All right, I'll put them in the S. I think they're in S personally, but you know, I've been accused of being biased in these games before, so I didn't want to. What's a fish got to do to get an S around here? all right, we're in the S. So there you go. Anybody who's ever said I can be biased, you can certainly buy it. You can buy a fish category. Next minute they'll be like, "What's an A?" You know, something that's an A. Someone will be like, $2 super chat F, and then I'll have to put them in the F. Just, oh gosh. I mean, I don't think it's that controversial. It probably is borderline S/A anyway. But you know, I like to reserve the S just for that little fish that's special. I guess it is special, but all right, back to business. AASAS. Oh, we're up the top again. B or A? I only give S's to Gouramis. That's right, Dragon Lair, isn't it? A for Embers. I like it. All right. What about Neon Tetras? Wop. On Thursday, I did a stream about great alternatives to Neon Tetras. So if you like the idea of these, but you don't like the cottonmouth, the Neon Tetra disease, everything else that they seem to accumulate, then you could perhaps check that out. Or you could wait until I cut it up shorter for the podcast version or the Blake's Aquatics Live Bites shortened live stream version. B, C, D, C, C. Maybe a C. Let me check in on again. Oh, we got 10 minutes to go. Okay. We need to find an F and an S in the. Oh no, we found an S. We need to find an F. What can be an F? Let me have a look. Do we think? What about neon blue Acaras? Nah, they're probably not an F, to be honest, are they? Beautiful color, bright blue, bit chunkier. They can be peaceful, but they might eat a lot of stuff like Ember Tetras. Also, you can keep them in a planted tank, but then one day they'll decide they don't like your Apontigaton and they'll just rip it up every day until it melts away to nothing. DE. But yeah, you can easily keep one of them in like a rainbow fish or something, in a rainbow fish tank or something like that. D. A lot of Ds. All right. Thanks, Lefty. Nice link work. Appreciate that. Ds. Wasn't the Akara in the last one? Yes, Candy. I might have been time saving there and left it in because time. What about Celestial Pearl Danios? The Danio margaritatus. Beautiful coloration. Can be really skittish, but they're not if you keep them in like a decent group, like 15 or so. But at that point, you're spending a lot of. You're really lightening the wallet, if you know what I mean. So first of all, we got a lot of A's and S's. I like it. Maybe I guess they belong up with the Ember Tetras. That's all good. Candy? No, I don't think it was cheating because it's all about the context. In terms of a cichlid, Cribensis and Neon Blue Acaras are decent, but in terms of a community option, maybe not, as we see with the Ds. So that's why I left them in, because context-wise, they could be ranked differently. Too small? Okay. I can get that. I get that. But they can go a lot cooler as well. Danios are cool. Yep. Big hiders, yeah. Yeah, you got to keep them. Oh, no. Hopefully that is not the case. Chevy. All right, we'll keep moving on. We need to find an F. What's an F? Oh, we might have another S here. Yeah, I just needed to open up my phone again. Rummy nose tetra, pretty much the best schooling fish you can get. The tightest schools around. They're also a great canary and the mineshaft type fish, where if your tank's doing well, they'll have a bright red head. If your tank's doing not so well, they'll have sort of a faded head. So I like that. I like that option. Kind of a good indicator. Oh yeah, I should have put Chinese algae eaters. Yeah. Let's see how I've got 9 minutes. I could quickly do that. Okay. Do we think? All right. So in the A category, not to influence too much. In the A category, we've got white clouds, ember tetras, CPDs, and harlequin rasboras. Are rummy nose better than all of those, or are they even? Maybe. I don't know the answer. S from Aquamate. What's a B is late. Okay. Never own them, want some. Yeah. Interesting. There's actually 3 types of rummy nose that are always sold as the same type. So talked about that in the Neon Tetra stream, which I thought was a fun little tidbit. Oh, Dragon Lair trying to buy another S tier. I'm happy for that. No opposition at all. They are the best schooling fish. I was getting at they are actually, I think, better than the other tetras on the list personally. Yeah, good one, young fish. I should have done that. All right, we're just being outwardly biased here. Okay, so bear with me for the next one. All right, so we got 8 minutes. I'll bring up a new fish. Cast your votes. In that meantime, I'll probably won't be able to read them that actively because I'll be finding a picture of a Chinese alligator. So Cardinal Tetras here, bit bigger than their Neon brothers. What else? Their beautiful color. You got that red going all the way through the body, which is kind of interesting. Shoulder once again. So that's pretty cool. What else? Neon coloration, obviously. CAE. This is really, really top-notch showmanship sort of stuff here. So we're gonna just put this because we need an F. I actually thought Crebensis might be a sneaky F, but I guess not. All right. Ignore this picture. Where did it go? There. Just ignore that picture. All right. Oh no, oh no, this game is going to be quickly very biased here. $2 for the S for Cardinal Tetras, and you know the rules. I have to put them in the S now. Although, I guess they're up there with Rummy Nose. They are cool. We got a few S's in here anyway. A's. Never kept them though. Yeah, they're a bit more spendy than Neons, but they are superior to Neons. Yes. Thanks, Lefty. I appreciate that. All right. So we're gonna save that new fish that nobody knows about until last because for showmanship reasons. After that, in 5 minutes we will head over to Q Aquatics though. Dwarf Gouramis in general, probably the most common community type one is the Cacatoides. This photo here is of a McMaster, which, you know, we did get an S class in this as the best cichlid in the entire world, at least of those 25 until we do another best cichlid stream. Where they sit as a community fish though, maybe somewhere a bit lower perhaps. 6 minutes to queue. Yep. A, yeah, I get that. I'm happy with that. I mean, it's not too much of a downgrade from the ultimate top podium of S. They're probably an A for community. Aquamate, by shopping list, do you just mean getting them from me? Because that's your usual fish shopping list, isn't it? A. All right, I'm into that. How many more do we have here? Because all right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, can we start? We got 5 minutes and we've got 7 to go. Let's start doing double rounds, all right? Is this possible? Praecox rainbows. So for Praecox rainbows, put a number 1 and then your letter, and then the next one is chili raspberries. And for this one, put a 2 and then your letter. Fast money round, people. I'll be mad, Lefty. I'll be mad at myself. 1S, 1B, 1A, 1B. S, A, B, B. All right, looks like they're a B. Also, for the record, this is very confusing. I shouldn't have done fast money round. Instant regret. A, C, B, A, A. All right, looks like another A for chili raspberries. Makes sense. Makes sense. It's up there with ember tetras and all that. Beautiful, deep red color though. And dwarf neon rainbow fish, I should just say. Beautiful activity amongst the tank. We got bright red finnage on the males, yellow finnage on the females. I like it. I like it. Moving on. S1, B2. Wait, how did we learn? Oh, we went opposite to dragon there. Yeah, we'll save that for the next one, James. Although I probably wouldn't have put it on the list because community fish. I wanted to be quite strict on fish that people actually keep in a community. German blue rams. I know, Candy, you say that they're quite hardy where you source them. Down here, pretty weak. I don't like to. I have killed a lot of these just because they decide to die one day, even though I give them as much care as I possibly can. Maybe I'm a bad fish keeper, although, you know, I can keep epistos and stuff pretty easy. C, C, S, B, S, B, C, maybe here. A, weak as fish, F, nice, Mitch. Yeah, see, Mitch, you're in my sort of area too. It must be something down here. A, C, D, C. Good band. A, all right, so C's and D's. Couple of B's, though, so we'll drop it in the C. 2 minutes. Fast money round again. We got 2 more from last week. Number 1, angels. Number 2, discus. They might be similar. What do we think? 1 angel, 2 discus. Fast money round. I need the game show like dun 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 dun. Okay, so we got F, E, B, B. That makes it a C. And number 2, we've got F, S, D, D. No idea. D. Interesting. Went the other way. I guess temperature limitations with the discus are going to cause an issue. We've got 1 minute. 1 minute. We're really hitting it on here. Endless live bearers. Another good community fish live bearer. And then we'll get to the finale. Endless live bearers. Smaller fish. Beautiful colors. Guppies are up here. Other live bearers are up here. Are they better or worse than that? D, B, B, A. All right, so they're a B. Now, last but not least, CAEs, Chinese algae eater. What do we think? And while we get the votes for the Chinese algae eater, I shouldn't put them there yet, should I? Thanks all for coming to the stream. Had a blast. Always have a blast with this. Keen to do it every single fortnight. And we'll just rotate categories. If you do have category suggestions, drop them down as a comment on this video, or yeah, keep an eye out for the community tab where before the stream, I will open it up to suggestions for what will be on the fish, on the list for now. No, Shep. No. All right, we need, I'm putting my foot down there. We are finishing off on an F. Very, very funny, though. I enjoy that. That's a great troll. Very good. We need a hashtag for Q Aquatics. Let's go with hashtag. I don't want to just go with hashtag Blake Raid. I want to find something better. Great list again, and yeah, keen to do this. So it's great chat. We need a raid. Do we have a raid suggestion? Very quickly, we've gone 1 minute over time. Bristlenose was robbed. Yeah, hashtag bribe Blake. I like that. Nice acclimate. Or hashtag Blake rigged. Let's call it hashtag Blake. Nah. Hashtag bribe Blake. We'll go with that. Candy, Precox hater. Yeah. Now we're going with Blake cheats is not bad. Oh gosh. I really feel the time crunch here. Hashtag Blake rates. Yeah, I like it. All right. So hashtag Blake. Oh, that's caps lock. Blake rates. Because it makes sense because that's the game. Not bake rates. So there's your hash. I'm good at computers. Hashtag Blake rates. There's your hashtag. We'll head over now to Q Aquatics. Had an absolute blast. Great one. And we'll catch you in a fortnight. And King and Queen next week. So thanks everyone for coming. Hope you had as much fun as I did. And other than that, I will catch you on the next one. Cheers, guys.